Hello and welcome. Today's lesson is going to be about writing system of equations from word problems. So in this example, we have Miss Thompson is a great math teacher and she buys gum and pencils for her students. On Monday, she bought 2 packs of gums and 5 packs of pencils and spent $8.07. On Friday, she bought 3 packs of gum and 4 packs of pencils and spent $8.71. Which system of equations can be used to determine G, the price of pack of gum, and P, the price of pencils that Miss Thompson bought? Find the price of pack of pencils and pack of gum. So in these types of problems, what I want you to do is to always start by identifying your variables. So we're going to abbreviate here variables, and we're going to identify the variables down here. Okay, and these problems are going to be written in such a way that it's very similar to the way they are presented on the STAR test. So you want to be on the lookout for the question. And in the question, many times they're going to give you the variables. So in this case, they give you the variables, the price of gum, and P, the price of a pack of pencils. So right here, we're going to write the letters G, which represents the price of gum, or a pack of gum, and P, the price of a pack of pencils. Once you've identified the variables, you're going to put a place here for equations, because we're going to look for the two equations of this system. And this problem represents one of the classical ones where you're going to have two totals, okay? So you're going to have one equation equals a total amount of money, and another total equals amount of money. So let's look over here. So on the first phrase, we have that Miss Thompson is a great teacher and she buys both gum and pencils. So we have a stick of gum, and in this here we have a pack of gum. So this pack of gum, for example, has 15 sticks of gum, and here we have a pencil, and here we have a box of pencils. So she buys a pack of gum and packs of pencils. And on the second phrase says on Monday she bought 2 packs of gum. So let's write 2G. Then it says and, that means plus, and 5 packs of pencils. So 5P equals, okay, in other words, she spent $8.07. So we're going to write there. And then on the second phrase, he says she bought 3 packs of gum and 4 packs of pencils equals a total of $8.71. Very good. So there we found our equation. On your assignment today, part of your assignment, which means part A, is to find out which system of equations is the one that represents this situation. So in your assignment, you're going to see the multiple choices in your goal formative, and you're going to have a place where to put the multiple choice that is correct. So in this particular problem, we have these 4 multiple choices, and I noticed that my first equation, which is equals 8.07, has 2G 5P. So if I notice right here, the first one, 8.07, instead of 2G has 5G, so I know that is wrong. This one, 8.07, has 4G instead of 2G, so I know is wrong. Notice there's the 4G. And this one is 8.07 and it has 3G, I know that is wrong. And this one, 8.07, it has 2G, has 5P. On the other equation, 8.71 has 3G plus 4P. So I know my answer is going to be letter D. So please notice that this part of of the assignment, you're going to enter in Go Formative, and you're going to find out through the green light versus red light if your system that you set it up is correct or not. Once you do that, then you can go back to your paper and proceed to solve the problem. So let's proceed and solve this problem. If you notice, there's nothing that cancels, so I'm going to multiply the top and bottom. I'm going to multiply the bottom by 2 and the top by 3. Okay, so 2 times 3 is going to be 6g, and on the bottom 3 times 2 is going to be 6g. And we notice that they don't cancel, so I'm going to add a negative here, and then now when I multiply 3g times negative 2, I get negative 6, and that they will cancel. So I know that these numbers are correct, so I'm going to multiply 5 times 3 is 15p equals 2421. And then on the bottom is 4 times negative 2 is negative 8p equals 8.71 times negative 2 is negative 17.42. I'm going to go ahead and eliminate, and 15 minus 8 is 7p, and 24.21 minus 17.42 is 6.79. Divide both sides by 7, and we have p. 6.79 divided by 7 is 97 cents. So once I found p equals 0.97, I'm going to choose one of these two equations. Does not matter which one. So let's say I picked the bottom one. So I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to bring the value of p over here and substitute over here for p. So this would be 3g plus 4, open parenthesis, 0.97, close parenthesis, equals 871. Now I'm going to multiply or eliminate the parentheses. So 4 times 0.97 is 3.88 equals 8.71. Now I'm going to send the 388 to the other side. So this will be 3g equals negative 388 plus 871. So this would be 3g, and negative 388 plus 871 is 483. We'll divide by 3. So it'll be g equals 1.61. So there you go. We found the price of a pack of pencils to be 0.97 or 97 cents, and a pack of gum equals $1.61. Example number 2 is about a school play. So for the school play, they sold a total of 79 tickets and collected a total of 551. The adult tickets cost $8 and the student tickets cost $5. Which system of equations can be used to determine X, the number of adult tickets, and Y, the number of student tickets? Find the number of each item sold. Very well. So let's go ahead and start by writing variable. And remember that look out for the question, and oftentimes you're going to find the variables there. And in this case, we found that the X is the number of adult tickets and Y is the number of student tickets. So let's write that down. So we have X is the number of adult tickets, and y is the number of student tickets. Once we do that, we can focus on finding the equations using these two variables. Now, if you remember, on the first problem, I told you that oftentimes you're going to find a system of equations that have two totals that equal money. For example, let's say I went to a restaurant and I bought 2 tacos plus 3 burritos and I paid $5. And the next sentence might say I went to another day to the same restaurant and I bought 3 tacos and 2 burritos and I paid $6. So both equations are equal a dollar amount. Now, on these types of problems, we're going to see something very different. One where the first equation, or one of the equations, equals quantity, and the other equation equals value. So in other words, the first equation is going to be total something, like a product or an item, okay? And the second equation is going to equal value, which is the dollar amount. So when we look at this particular problem, we see that for the school play, they sold a total of 79 tickets and collected a total of 551. That kind of right there indicates me that I'm going to have a quantity versus value system of equations. The first quantity, okay, is going to be tickets. These are the things that I'm going to buy. And according to the problem, there's a total of 79 tickets bought. The second equation has to do with money. In other words, the total amount of money that I spent. And according to this problem, there was a total amount of $551 that was collected in this case. Notice that the first equation has to do with the total of things, and the second equation, the value of those things. On these type of situations, then you look at the variables and you're going to write these two operations, x plus y on the top and x plus y on the bottom. Now, the equation that represents value should have the value of each variable in front. So if you notice, X represents the number of adult tickets. According to the problem, the adult tickets cost $8. And the amount of the student tickets costs $5. So there we go. If you notice, the first equation has to do the number of adult tickets plus the number of student tickets equals 79 tickets. Tickets plus tickets equals tickets. On the bottom equation has to do with money. So $8 per adult ticket plus $5 per student tickets equals a total of $551. Okay, so there you go. That's the two equations for this system of equations. And now this will be a time where you would select the multiple choice that is correct. Once you know that this is the right multiple choice or the right system of equations, then you go ahead and proceed and solve it. So if you notice, nobody cancels, so we're going to add the invisible one right here. And we're going to draw the two arrows. And this one is going to go to the bottom, and this 8 is going to go to the top. And when we multiply, 1 times 8 is 8x. And on the bottom, 8 times 1 is 8x as well. But nobody cancels. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a negative there. And now when I multiply, 8 times -1 becomes -8x. And then I continue multiplying. 1 times 8 is 8y equals 79 times 8 equals 632. And then 5 times -1 equals -5y. And 551 times -1 equals -551. Draw the line. And now we're going to cancel these two. And 8 minus 5 is 3y. And 632 minus 551 is 81. We divide both sides by 3. Y equals 27. We got part of the answer. We got the number of student tickets. To get the number of adult tickets, what we're going to do, we're going to copy one of these equations. And if you notice, the first equation is the simpler one, so I'm going to copy that. Once I copy that, I'm going to bring this value that I found, and I'm going to substitute. So this will be x plus 27 equals 79. Then I'm going to move the 27 to the other side. So this will be x equals negative 27 plus 79. It will be x equals 52. So that means I have 52 adult tickets and 27 student tickets. All right, let's go on to the next problem. On this next example, we're going to talk about US coins. So it'd be very important that you become familiar with the 6 coins used in the United States. We have the penny, which is worth $0.01 or 1 cent. We have the nickel, which is worth 0.05 or 5 cents. We have the dime, which is worth 0.10 or 10 cents. The quarter, which is worth 25 cents. The half a dollar, 50 cents, and the dollar, one whole dollar. Okay, so these are the 6 different types of coins that you can see in the United States. In this diagram, it shows the head, which is the side of the coin that has the image of a face of a person or one of the presidents, and the tail, which is the back side of the coin. Okay, all right, very good. So let's go ahead and do example number 3. In this example, we have Mr. De Almeida has 60 coins worth $4.45. Worth means value. So that means 60 coins worth or totaling $4.45. Some of the coins are nickels, which we know is 0.05. And some are dimes, which we know is 10 cents or 0.10. Write a system of equations that can be used to determine n the number of nickels. So right there we see the variables being given. And find the number of each coins Mr. De Almeida has. Okay, so then let's go ahead and start by identifying the variables which they gave us, which is n, the number of nickels, and d, which is the number of dimes. All right, very good. So let's do the equation here. Then we need to decide, is this going to be a total money equals total money? Or is it going to be a quantity versus value equation, where one of the equation equals quantity and the other equation equals the total amount of money? If we notice here, we have 60 coins worth $4.45. So that means we're going to have a quantity versus value problem, whereas the quantity is the number of coins and the value is our money, or how much it's worth. So remember, we start by writing the total, and let me give you some more space here. Okay, and the total amount of coins is 60, and the total value of those coins is $4.45. And please remember, on this quantity versus value, we're going to use both variables here, and we're going to add them. But on the equation that represents value, you need to add the value of each variable in front of it. So in this case, the value of a nickel, which is 0.05, and the value of a dime, which is 0.10. So now, right now, we have our two equations. And when you're doing your assignments, you're going to select one of the multiple choices. And once you get the green light, you come back and you're going to solve this. Just remember there's an invisible one right there in front of each letter. And you're going to flip. This is going to go to the bottom, and this is going to go to the top. And when we multiply, we're going to get 0.05 n, and on the bottom, we're going to get 0.05 n. We're going to add a negative there, and so now this becomes a negative 0.05 n. And now, yes, now they're going to cancel, so we multiply the rest. So on top, we get 0.05d equals 3. And on the bottom, we get 0.10 times negative 1, negative 0.10d. And 445 times negative 1, we get negative 445. Now we draw the line, and these two cancel, and 0.05 minus 0.10 equals negative 0.05 d, and then 3 minus 445 is negative 1.45, and then we divide both sides by negative 0.05. These two cancel. I'm left with t equals 29. So I know that the number of dimes is 29. To find the number of nickels, I'm going to copy one of these two equations. I'm going to copy the top one because it's much simpler. That way I bring the d over here to substitute. So this is be n plus 29 equals 60. So this will be n equals negative 29 plus 60. So this will be n equals negative 29 plus 60 is 31. And there we go. So we found out that the total number of nickels is 31 and total number of dimes is 29. So that concludes our 3 examples. Now for your assignment, what you're going to do on a piece of paper, you're going to write name, period, and the title of your assignment, which you will find on the very top of the Go Formative assignment in blue. Okay, so you write it right there. You draw a line, and then you're going to write the number of the problem inside a circle. You don't need to copy the problem, but you need to write down what are the variables, what is the equations. Once you find the equation, you enter the multiple choice that is correct into the Go Formative, and then you solve the problem, and then make sure you skip or give some space and do problem number 2, and so on. Also know that the final answers to each one of these problems is found on Go Formative. If you go to the very bottom of the Go Formative, you will see the answers for each of the problems in the assignment. So there we go. This concludes this lesson. Thank you very much for your time and have a great day. Bye-bye.